So I'm just going to ask you guys just to be really focused, whatever he does, just do it to your best ability, all right? So let's give him a big hand for coming out today and working with you guys.
All right, so good morning. It is still morning. Like Mr. Forti said, my name is Carson. I'm actually a cellist, so I have a connection to this section. But my sister did play viola, so love the violas as well and violins. Can't really play pieces without violins, and bands especially. So, like he also said, this is part of my my last culmination project that I have to do. So we're just going to read this new piece that I understand you guys have not performed yet or played through. So what we're going to do is we're going to play this, and then we'll work on it a little bit. Okay? All right. So the first two measures no one plays. So what we're going to do is we're actually going to start at letter A. Okay. Oh, do we have it?
Yeah. Can we get that far? Asher, go to the video.
So the first thing I always do when I look at a piece of music is I always find out several important things. Can anyone name maybe what those things are that I first look for when I look at a piece of music? The what? Time signature is one, very important. There's one other one. The key? So the time, or so the key signature, yes. So looking at this key signature, can everyone take their finger and go to your page? What is that symbol that you see there? It's a sharp, good. And with one sharp that you see there, what key signature is that? It's an F sharp, yes, but what key is it in? So if you have one sharp, what scale would you play? You'd play a G major scale, good. So we're the key of G. We're going to start at letter A, okay? So we're just going to go all the way through it, and then we'll come back and we'll work on it. We won't take it that fast, and we'll come back and work on it. Okay, so we're going to do 3, 4, 1. Okay? Cellos look about 2 measures before where we started at. Can you tell me anything about what you see there? Pizzicato. So you're going to continue pizzicato until you see what word? Arco. Good. So you're just going to be pizzing those G's and D's. Okay? Until you see arco. All right. I'm looking toward my first violins. What's the first note you see there? What you guys have? G. Good. So can just my violins play that G? That low G? And just keep holding it down. Alright, and so now we'll just put, since our first violins and our cellos are the only ones that play there, we're just going to have them play, okay? But be following along in your other parts, okay? So first violins and cellos. 2, 3, 4. actually, you'll learn a new term today. It's called détaché or legato. Maybe you've heard of it. It's where you use a long bow and it's legato, so it's on the string. Okay? So really dig into that string and you're going to get that sound out of it. Okay? Just having your part. We're just going to play together, okay? So this stand and that stand. Alright, so what notes can you tell me in the first, starting at A, in your first two measures? What notes do you have there? A G, an A, and you have one more note, which you guys covered. Close. It's going to be a B. Okay. So can you guys hold up your instruments? You're going to finger open G, obviously. And put your first finger down on A. Okay, go ahead and bow that. There we go. And now put your finger down for B and play. Those are going to be your notes, the G, A, and the B. Okay? Alright, so all my first violins, do that same thing, play your open G. Play your A. Play your B. Play your A. And play your open G. Okay, so those are your three notes for those first two measures. Okay? So we'll start there again. We'll just do those first two measures. So we have our first note is a what type of note? A half note? Good, yes. And then every note after that, and just the first two measures are what type of note? Quarter note. So how many beats does a half note get? Two. And a quarter note? One. Good. So going there from letter A again, just the first two measures. 3, 4. Better already. Okay. So how about we put the cello pizzicato in with it, and we'll go from A, and we'll go to the first two measures. Okay. We're just doing the first two measures. Okay. So can I add in? Who's playing second violin over here? You guys? So you guys have that same pattern for about the first phrase. So about the first eight measures, you have that same pattern. We're gonna go. Everyone's gonna move on to B, and we'll start at letter B where everyone plays. Okay? So cellos, are you bowing or are you pizzicatoing? Pizzicato. Yes. So we'll start there. First violin, what's your first note? It's a B. Good note. And second violin, what's your first note? G. Cellos? First note? G. And violas? G. Good. And bass? G. Good. All right. So what I want you to do, those people that are bowing it, just hold out that first note. Okay? Just play that first note. So your first note that you have in letter B. And go. All right. Starting at letter B in tempo. 3, 4. what's your first note there that we just went through? G. Okay, and your second note? The G again, and then going on. Third note A, then next B. Good. So how about we cover those notes? We'll just play the viola snare now. All right. All right, good. So your first note is G. Everyone bow an open G. Keep it going. Keep it going. Now put your first finger down for A. All right, can I have just the first name put there, A? Try to match each other. What? Does it match? Does it sound the same? Or does it sound different? Okay, so try to adjust it up or down to listen for that pitch. One way. Okay, so does that sound right or wrong? So does it match the pitch that I'm playing? No, so adjust it the other way. So go up and down until you find it. And just little movements. Play your open G. Now play your A. That's getting there. We'll go with that. All right. Can I have the next two stands? Play your open G with the first stand. Play your G. Open G, just up and down. Go ahead. Now play your A. First finger A. Can I have the second and third stand play their A? Just a little flat foot, so move your hand closer to your face a little bit. All right, you can go ahead and bow your A again for me. Better. You're gonna have this last hand play for me. Play your A, or actually start your G and then play your A. So G and A. A little flat, move your hand a little closer to your face. We'll play it again. Then you play your G. I'll play your A. A little flat and a little sharp. So we're gonna slide a little bit up. Slide your finger a little up closer to your face. Play it. Play the A. Then slide it back down a little bit. Can I have you play? There you go. You're getting close to it. So just try to match your stand partner's A. Okay. So violas again, it's the whole section, starting from letter B. Alright, so what's our first note? It's going to be a, what type of note? Is it a quarter note, half note, whole note? Anyone know? Sure. Half note, good. How many beats does a half note get? Two. Okay, and your following notes after that? Quarter notes, good. And they get how many beats? One. Okay, so let's try it again, just the first two measures of letter B. Alright, so can I have the first violins and the violas? We're going to play a letter B, okay? And you guys have actually the same rhythm. You have a half note, and you have quarter, quarter for your first measure, yes? And then 4 quarters for the second measure after B. Yes? So we're going to play that, letter B. 3, 4. Just the first two measures. First two measures. now adding in my second violins, you have the same rhythm of a half note, quarter, quarter, and then 4 quarters. So you can have the first violin, second violin,